welcome back everyone, welcome back to the OlimoLeague 2024/2025 Winter Finals Day number 2. We are halfway through the broadcast. We just wrapped up with our first 3 matches of the night. We have already said goodbye to 2 very strong players here in the bracket. Xian has been eliminated, Cure just got eliminated as well, and now we are here to find out who will make it to the lower bracket finals. We have a best of 5 between herO and Rogue. Let's go. And also, once again, a big shout out to Pig for the raid. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you guys had a great time, and I hope you're ready for a night of StarCraft. Let's go. We're jumping to game 1. Game 1 is going to be on Frostline. Now, as a reminder, as to the format of the tournament, the first map is predetermined, and then loser's pick. No vetoes. No vetoes are available here. Just loser's pick from here on forward, and we are jumping into game number 1. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player, representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. Here we go again. This is not your typical OlimoLeague. This is a special edition. This is the Winter Finals. Typically, OlimoLeague is a weekly tournament. Every single week, we do cast the OlimoLeague here on a regular basis, and it leads into a monthly finals. But every 3 months, there is a seasonal final event as well. So throughout the course of January, throughout the course of December, I should say, yeah, really just December and January, players were accumulating points. They were accumulating points here up until this moment, up until this Winter Finals, and that is why this has been a 2-day event. A lot of matches, and of course a double elimination bracket means a lot of games were casted, a lot of games, a lot of StarCraft. We had day 1 yesterday, and now we're here to crown our Winter Champion. Oh boy, who's it gonna be? For now, we do have our openers here. It is going to be a hatch into pool, delayed gas from Rogue. Interesting, going for a much later gas geyser. Likewise, herO being as annoying as possible, chasing away at those drones. Shouldn't lose anything though, and will pull away. Just trying to get a read on the timing of those gases. There we go, gas now being taken. Dancing with the workers, pulls away. And back at home, just a gate expand into side, of course, standard opener out of herO. So far, so good. The only big deviation is that Rogue's gases are later, so later link speed, later tech in general. And herO should be feeling relatively safe back at home. Coming into this, I mean, this is not the first ZVP we've casted tonight. We did feature Rogue versus Xian earlier in a very close series, and I'm going to echo my sentiments from that series as well, that Rogue, his typical style here in ZVP is to go Ling Hydra, is to, if he can, rush into the infestation bit, into Hive Tech, into Lurkers. That is his go-to, but I don't think that is as applicable here on Frostline. Frostline is a large map, true, is one of the larger maps in the map pool, but it is also a more aggressive map in the sense that the 3rd and 4th bases are less defendable. They're very isolated from each other, they're very spread out, likewise a lot of angles of attack, and also very wide angles of attack as well, so aggression is typically favored here on Frostline. If you recall, the last time we saw Rogue on this map, Rogue, he went for a maxed out Roach Hydra push. He did stay on Lair Tech, just maxed out on Roach Hydra, and he was able to break Xian. Unfortunately, that was also the game where, if you remember, Xian, he had messed up a little bit and he had Forgotten Storm. I did recommend the VODs, so we've had some great series so far, but yeah, in that game, Xian, he did forget Storm. It was only in the middle of the fight where he had like 4 High Templar full of energy. He went for a Storm. He couldn't use it, and then he started Storm. it was just a really sad moment. Just a really sad moment there, and the game ended before it really got going. But now we can, of course, step into a different kind of ZVP, and it is going to be a Void Ray opener out of herO. Let's go. It is going to be a Void Ray opener. The goal here is to hunt down these Overlords, and to, of course, deny any kind of vision here from Rogue. I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's go. We'll see if our goal is to hide tech or act like we're hiding tech. Again, that's the power of the Void Ray opener, is to deny vision, deny scouting from the Zerg player, and you can use this to intentionally go into something crazy like a fast Twilight Council, into a second Stargate, a fast Fleet Beacon. There's a lot of possibilities, or it could even just be a 3rd base into a standard game. The goal, though, is that the Zerg player doesn't know. So you're able to just shadow yourself in that ambiguity and use that to your advantage. Back at home, link speed still on the way. Rogue droning up, saturating his bases, and it is going to be a very fast Twilight Council here out of herO. So takes his third base into a Twilight Council, into his Forge. I'm curious if herO is planning to go for something more aggressive here, whether it's still going to be +1 and Blink, or if we do divert into +1 and Charge. Keep an eye on herO. Likewise, we do see a faster lair. Interesting. I mean, after Link Speed, Rogue did not pull out of gas. More gases are on the way. Fast lair. This is a 410 lair timing from Rogue, and with this, we could see Rogue skip Roaches and go straight into Ling Hydra. We'll see if he throws down a safety Roach Warren or an Evo Chamber. So we're keeping an eye out for that further tech. Oracle's dipping in. Oh, barely does miss the active tumor. Meanwhile, we have our tech of choice going to be +1 and Blink, not Charge. Blink is on the way for herO. Lings, they get across the map, and we have 14 more Lings on the way. Rogue is committing. Takes down the pylon. Ooh, denies one and Death Warping in. Not bad. And again, he's not stopping. And I don't see a Roach Warren, so it looks like it should be Ling Hydra. There is a niche build where you can try to go into Spire from here, into Mutas. I say niche because it typically is unsafe to not have a Roach Warren when taking into Mutas in such a way. Can be quite risky, quite greedy. Oh my god, meanwhile, the lair is done. It's going to be a Ling Queen Nidus all in. Let's go! No Hydras. My apologies, as we did not take a third or fourth gas, guys. No extra gases were taken. It is just straight up Ling Queen and Nidus. And so far, herO is in the dark. He does move in with the Oracles. We'll take down some tumors, but the Queens, they will zone away. Lings are across the map. They're on top of the third base. They bust into the mineral line. There's no shield battery. Pros do survive, but what's important here is that this is keeping herO busy and stopping herO from scouting. Tries to poke in. Once again, zoned away. He does see some saturation, but remember, alas, no gases. No gases here at the third base. No further tech either. Nidus into the main base, and herO, he does have vision. Does he notice? Right now, he's distracted. Lings, they collapse in. So far, herO is holding onto the third base. We'll lose one Stalker. And herO, he does respond. Throwing down shield batteries. Warping in. Nidus will complete. And Rogue, he's going for the kill. He's going for the main. Backup Nidus in between the bases. Lings, they still wreak havoc here at the third. herO, he's holding. He's holding onto the third base so far. Likewise, here he's supply blocked. Yeah, he is supply blocked here. He has to pull back. Lings are not getting much done. Queens are slowly gaining ground. But so far, no major losses. Oh, one Oracle does fall. I spoke too soon. He has two more behind this. Void Ray goes down as well, out of range of the shield batteries. Decent stasis. Again, here he's still pinned against the wall. Queen count's so very high, making 4 queens at a time. That's a lot of queens. They can transfuse. Likewise, shield batteries running out of energy. herO being forced further back. Supply block did hurt so much, but here we go. Does reinforce. Blink is done. He can try to dive in. There's not enough Lings. There's barely any Lings here. Queen's taking a lot of hits. Can he get them? Flush transfuse. One queen goes down. And you can see here, Rogue, he's running out of energy. He's running out of transfuse. He gets 1, 2, 3 queens go down. Goes for the dive. And herO, he holds. He shuts down the all-in. Not enough energy. Not enough transfuse. Lings hit the third. They get a couple of probe kills. Sorry, Lings hit the natural even. 14 probes. Yeah, late reaction out of herO. Good damage by Rogue. But is this enough? 18, geez, 19 even. 22. Oh my god. The Lings, they're popping up. The Queens may have gone down, but Rogue, he's not done. Gets 22 workers. And herO does defend. And he would have been in a phenomenal position if he was up 20 workers right now. He'd be up to, what, 3 base saturation, 66 at least. And now suddenly he's falling behind. His economy here is in shambles, but the army is looking strong. That's what matters here. He has a massive Stalker army. +2 is almost done. And Rogue, what does he have to defend? Heal also the queens. He's down to 7. I mean, still a decent queen count here. Oh no! Here extends. 1 Oracle goes down. Massive pickup. Again, Oracles, they provide so much utility here to protect the Stalkers from the Lings around. Speaking of, Lings are coming in. And there's only 1 stasis. Stasis goes up. Gets baited prematurely. Rogue, he's holding on. Rogue, so far, he is holding. Buying time for more Lings, +1 melee on the way. Nice, in the main base does force a defensive warp in. Reinforcements are delayed for herO. Trying to push forward. Rogue coming in for the surround. herO does blink away. But again, he only has the one Oracle. Bleeding out sentries. Bleeding out stalkers. The Hydra den is done. Hydras are amassing. Another Nidus across the map. Still a very tense game state. Rogue once again trying to surround. He looks down the stalkers. Charge is now done. The stalkers, oh, two of them do get picked off. Nidus does finish. But here he commits. He's pushing in. Yeah, he just doesn't care about the Nidus Worm. He's going for the base. The expansion is exposed. Queen's going down. So I'll say need to engage. Yeah, decent trade here from herO. The boys are being pulled. And that's what the Oracle's for. Here we go. Stage traps on the way. It looks like herO, he has done it. He breaks through the defensive line once again. Takes out all the queens. GG gets called. And herO, he snowballs out of control. He takes game number 1. Whew, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. herO does take a lead in the series. Again, first time we did mention how aggression is favored on this map. Going for a Link Queen Nidus all in wasn't something that I was quite thinking of at the time, but again, no gases were being taken at the natural, so it does make sense. Did go for it, did get up and running. Was a very tense all in there from Rogue. He definitely had his own moments, especially when it came to Ling Run by in the natural. If it wasn't for that, it would have been a clean hold and a more one-sided game in favor of herO, but herO, he lost, what was that, 20 plus workers at the natural base, or in between the natural and the third. He lost so many probes that did make the game closer than it otherwise needed to be, but still, herO did overwhelm, and with that, we're getting into game number 2. Whew. Let's go, as it is going to be Rogue's map of choice. As it is loser's pick, and Rogue, he's going for, it shouldn't be much of a surprise, Whispers of Gold. That is, of course, another one of these more aggressive maps. Very small map, one of the smaller maps in the map pool, shortest rush distance by ground as well. Aggression is also favored here on Whispers. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, leading the series 1-0. But it's a best of 5 pack. We got plenty more games ahead of us. Oh, it's a 12 pool. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, going for a 12 pool, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Team Falcons. The aggression continues here. It is Rogue. And again, this does make sense. We mentioned it coming into the map itself. Whispers of Gold is known for aggression. It has a very short rush distance by ground. Likewise, one of the smaller maps as well. Likewise, there's no ramp coming into the natural. There's no ramps coming into the 3rd or 4th base, so in general can be quite difficult to defend against all-ins. But this kind of all-in specifically here has yet to be confirmed. herO, he pokes in, he denies the expansion. He's looking for the 3rd base or looking for the natural, a natural that does not exist. Rogue is going for the proxy hatch. So 12 pooled proxy hatch across the map as well. The goal here should be to disrupt the wall-off of herO. And hero's in trouble here. He has yet to confirm. He's just now going into the main. Just now dips in. And, does poke forward. Lings are on the way. Hatchery is revealed. Now he knows. Now he knows what's going on. He's racing back. Trying to re-wall. And specifically what this hatchery does is it exposes this gateway. This gateway, suddenly there's so much more surface area on the gateway itself. The wall-off is that much more awkward. And here come the Lings. Now, Rogue is not drone pooling. There are 12 pool drone pools. That is a thing that exists in this game, but not here, not this game. Lings are flooding across the map. The first Zealot has arrived, second Zealot on the way. herO sets up the second pylon, and he has to be very careful here not to be surrounded. He cannot lose this first Zealot. Not too soon. Get a very delicate dance. Hooks in. Gateway's under fire. Up. Oh god, as herO does. Oh no! As herO does pull away in time. One Zealot gets pinned down. And this Zealot is gonna fall. So decent pick up here from Rogue. But again, hero's just buying time. He's just buying time for the Adepts. A couple of workers have arrived. They can throw down Spine Crawlers. Hatchery is about to finish. Shield batteries are on the way. Oh, and here he doesn't get surrounded. Adept has arrived. Oh, guys, spoke too soon. The Zealot is going to be locked down. Yeah, the Zealot will fall, but the Adepts have arrived. They did their job. They bought enough time here for the Adepts. Denying one of the Spine Crawlers. The other two are out of range. Yeah, they're barely out of range here. Behind this, Forge response. But this might be a little bit too late. Basically, a forge is your typical response because you are limited when it comes to your production. We need cannons. Cannons are ideal, but because the hatchery is already done, you can't throw down any buildings. The creep is denying any cannons here. So cannons are being denied. Rogue, of course, he's completely all in. And again, herO, he didn't realize how committed this was until, I mean, it was under full swing. herO, he is in trouble here. Spine Coils are getting within range. More creep is spreading. Again, the forge is done, but we can't use it. The forge just isn't being made use of here. So you could argue a bit of a waste. Yeah, the gateway is going to fall, and you can see the Link Flood is getting ready. We're getting ready for the Link Flood. Now, what I really appreciate here is that herO is getting ready a secondary wall. A secondary kind of like fallback location. But it's not ready yet. Lings, they get the surround. Shield batteries, they do support. Yeah, they put in a lot of work. So far, Depth, they're going to be safe. Sentry on the way. Robo in the main. But the natural is going to be forfeit. Rogue, he's breaking through. So far, herO trading well, going for the first spine. Oh, doesn't quite get it. Clutch Transfuse. Transfuse keeps the spine alive. herO pulling back. He does have a force field. If need be, everything is Z-powered. Thankfully, he has the Immortal. Does have that Immortal. Has to fall back once again. Natural in control here of Rogue. And herO, he has no production. The one production building here is the Robo. And GG gets called. Rogue, he has no faith. He taps out. herO, he protects the main. That's all he had to do. Safe play here out of herO. And herO takes a 2-0 lead. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Sure, it's one of those things where Rogue, he was able to break the natural. He had 10 drones. He had 10 drones back at home. He had no economy. And pushing up that ramp, he had no high ground vision either, was something that he could not accomplish. The goal, ideally, would have been to have surrounded herO and to have broken the main army on the low ground. But herO, he was being so careful, so delicate with his control, made sure he avoided the surround. He got away, set up on the high ground. GG. GG, well played. Whew. Again, just really methodical play there from herO. Does take it, and with that, herO is one game away from winning the series. He's one game away here. Unamas is all he needs. Rogue, he's up against the wall. Once again, it's going to be Rogue's map of choice, and this should not be a surprise. Hey, we've already gone through Frostline, Whispers of Gold. What's next? It's got to be El Dorado. Let's go. Again, Rogue, he's avoiding the larger maps. He's avoiding maps like your Abyssal Reef, your Neon Violet Square, your King's Cove. He's avoiding those larger maps. He wants to try to end it here and now. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of El Dorado, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Team Falcons, down heavily in this series. He has to fight back here and now to have a chance at forcing the ace match. It is Rogue. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. And one more game is all he needs. herO scouting across the map. This time, no 12 pool. We're calming things down. This time there's no 12 pool, but something that El Dorado has that other maps don't is, of course, the gold bases. We have gold bases available here in the center of the map. There are 3 gold bases in total. We can mine through these patches and gain access to this entire location. That is going to be a big factor, but my apologies, Rogue, he does go for the linear third as the unnatural natural. Okay. Rogue, he does expand elsewhere, going to be forced out. And so far, Rogue looking to expand towards the top side instead. Likewise, herO's not the most standard player either. Like, we haven't really had the opportunity to really showcase herO and his aggressive nature too much. Like, herO, he's typically a little more flexible in his play. He's very much so in your face. More aggressive, more so than MaxPax, for example. I mean, a big example of that is the last time we saw herO on this map against Serral here on El Dorado. That was in the finals of Masters Coliseum. We saw herO go for a crazy Glaive build where his proxy was actually here, hidden at the gold, and Serral was caught completely off guard. herO, he adapted the hell out of Serral. Of course, that was in a longer game state, though. I don't know if we're going to get there, but just to hammer down the point that herO, he is not the most standard player himself. He's just been forced to be defensive. Like, this entire series, like, he's forced to be the more defensive player instead. We haven't really seen that more aggressive side from him yet. Not too much. And this could be his time. This could be his moment. So now here he's going to be forced back. Setting up back at home, just a gate expanded to Cybercore. Likewise, Hatcher gets pulled out of Rogue. Nothing crazy yet. It does pull out of gas, so no early gas income into a fast lair like we saw in game 1 on Frostline into the fast Nidus all in. Not here out of Rogue. Meanwhile, Stargate opener out of herO. If you recall, did open up Void Ray in game 1. See if we head in the same direction. And of course, I should also emphasize as well that Rogue, he's not just here for himself, he's here for the race that is Zerg, as he is the last Zerg player in the tournament. No. The last one. And did well making it this far, of course. Did very well for himself. But in a tournament with players like Classic, like herO, like Clem as well, it's difficult to really shine. See if we can stop the mirror match. Meanwhile, Double Adept does shade in. Drone's going to be going down. They can, of course, one-shot. 3 drones already. This is getting out of hand. Getting up. A 4th drone towards the end. Does shade away. And a very strong start for herO. As Rogue, he had cut a Ling production. Just now investing into those 10 Lings. Just now trying to gain map control. Back at home, of course, an Oracle opener out of herO. Not Void Ray. Did open Oracle. And here he's looking safe. He's looking secure. Lings, they do catch one of the adepts. They try to at least. Oh my god! Big one adept goes down. Gets a decent surround. Gets a second, and soon to be a 3rd adept as well. Yeah, nice trades here by Rogue. Oracle dips in. Spores in position. So far, so good. Rogue keeps holding. Lings, they threaten to dive into the natural. But they merely only threaten. Oh! Denying some mining time. Warp gate is not done. He's looking for a probe kill. And it looks like he will get up. Not quite one. It barely doesn't get it. Oracle has arrived. Forced to activate. And herO defends. Whew. herO, he does defend. Again, lost mining time more than anything, as he's getting his own 3rd base, also expanding towards the top side. So far, no one has mined through those patches. No one is touching those gold bases. Here we go. I feel like I saw this match before, right before Pig raided us here. What? Oh, did Pig cast this? Question mark? Did he cast OlimoLeague? Is that what you're insinuating? Things they do slip in. Do slip in. Likewise, Triple Wolf will try to make their way into the main. Trying to break through. Likewise, going to be zoned back. This is the first herO Rogue series, not this one. The best of 3. Oh, I see. That's what we casted yesterday. Yeah. I see. Yeah, true. This is a rematch. Meanwhile, Depsay shade into the main base, getting 4, 5 drones. Oh my god. 5, 6 drones going down. This is getting out of hand once again. 7 drone kills. Rogue, he's that much more committed. And how much more committed here? Okay, 7 drones. Ending on Frostline seems similar. If I remember correctly, when it comes to that series, I believe herO went for an 8 gate on Frostline the first time they played. Could be mistaken though. Did happen yesterday. We cast a lot of StarCraft. But here we go. herO rotating over. Denying the expansion. Yo, we have drop lords on the way. Rogue is going for the all-in. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise here, but Rogue basically after losing so many drones throughout the course of this game, he cannot macro out of this. 11 drone kills. Do we commit? As we're getting even more. 3, 4, to 5 drones. And Rogue, he's massing up his army. Waiting for the lair. Wings, they move out. Lair is almost done. Still droning up though, and taking gases. Okay, he's taking his gases, he's droning up, and he's going for drop lords into the main. I assumed it was going to be like the queens alongside them, but no, it is going to be a Ling drop into the main base instead. And we'll see if he can get some damage done as the pressure is on Rogue. Pressure is on so far, unscattered. Morkel's busy in the main. Likewise, herO out of position. Actually, in the middle of moving out. And is there a recall? No energy in the main base. There's no recall available. Rogue going for the drop. And does herO commit to the counterattack? Or does he turn around? He's got to commit at this point. Yeah, probe's going to be falling. Every single worker in the main. 12 probe kills already. And here he's pushing back at home. We have the queens. We have a handful of lings. 24 lings in production. herO, he has control of the 4th base, will knock it down. Hatchery's gonna fall, 13 probes falling, but back at home herO, he should be able to hold on. I say that the Lings, they trade well for themselves. they trade quite well, and they're not done. Still wreaking havoc, nice whole bunch of micro in the mineral line. herO, he rotates, hooks down one base, now going for another. Going for another expansion, moving in. Stasis goes off, catches the queen, but Lings are coming for a surround. They at least attempt to. Yeah, plenty of Lings. herO is getting caught out. He has to get the hell out of here. Nice force fields, but the Stalkers are still pinned. Does try to pull away, leading out a lot of Stalkers. That's 6 Stalkers going down, 7 Stalkers even. But he's able to reinforce. Now he's defended back at home. He can finally push out. He can finally reinforce, and he can keep going. That wasn't a bad fall. That wasn't a bad hold out of Rogue, but still in a lot of danger here. Massing up more Hydras. Hydras are building up. Lings once again, they come in for that surround. And here he doesn't have enough support here. He's getting caught out. And Rogue, he takes the better fight. There's so many Stalkers falling. Here, he needs to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Delayed reinforcements, delayed warpins, oracles are racing over. We needed them earlier. And Rogue holds. Rogue, he does hold. Shuts down the oracle. Really holding on. Likewise, here he's trying to reinforce with that proxy. Behind this, he's got how many gates? He's got 8 gates. Just the 1 gas geyser here at the 3rd. He's trying to commit here to an all-in. Emphasis on trying. He's been stumbling his way into the all-in, I should say. It's been a very messy game. As Rogue is going for another Doom drop. So here he's getting his 9th gateway, so it's going to be a 9-gate 3-base all-in. Just mass blink Stalker. And here he just warped in, which means his main base is exposed once again. herO just being pulled apart. Main base under fire. herO, he has to break through. There's not a little Lings here to defend. True, Hydras are going down. herO is trading well. Okay, he's trading well. Takes down the Lings, picks off the Hydras. Boys are being pulled. Rogue is getting desperate. Oh, we have Ling reinforcements. And Rogue, he's barely holding. Oh my god. He's barely holding on. Back across the map. 14 probe kills. Gateways are depowered. This is slowing down the all-in. True. Getting 14 probes. Takes down the gateways. Delaying warp-ins. herO likewise so desperate to kill Rogue here and now. And he's so close. He's so close to breaking him. It's down in economy. Stalkers are getting incredibly low. again, trying to push in. Trying to get on top of the Hydras. Alas, unable to. Okay, one Hydra going down. Second Hydra falls. And not getting a third, almost a fourth Hydra. And brutal pickups. You're finally trading well. But it looks like Rogue, he is holding on here. 26 more Lings trickling out. There's another warp in. herO, he's on what? Oh, he does repower. Okay. He repowers the gateways. He's on 8 gates. Does repower. herO gaining that supply lead. And the Hydras are exposed. And this entire time, Rogue has been replacing and replenishing this army with Lings, not with Hydras. So Rogue's army is just getting smaller and smaller over time. He's being broken. Going for another Desperation Ling run by. Oh, the Zealots. Oh my god. I was wondering where they were. Zealots, they're stuck back at home. They break out. We need the Zealots back. herO gets supplied. He supplied with himself. He killed his own pylon. He can't reinforce. But the Zealots are coming. And herO, he knows it. They are on the way. Lings are being shut down, and herO looks like he has done it. No more Lings, even without the Zealots. herO, he can dive on the army, blinks on in. There's what, 5 Hydras left. And now none. GG gets called. herO, he snowballs out of control. The all-in eventually works, and herO, he breaks Rogue and will take the series 3-0. GG. GG, well played. A very, very messy game there. Again, the non-stop Ling drops into the main base were doing quite well for Rogue. He was able to cripple the economy. He was able to depower the production as well, force defensive warp-ins. Meanwhile, herO, he was trying to 3-base all-in the entire time. He was just trying to 3-base all-in, but he couldn't because he had to reinforce at home. His economy was disrupted. His production was disrupted as well. So a very messy game there. Eventually, herO, he regained control of his own main base. More importantly, though, we saw that, unfortunately, Rogue, he was taking some really rough fights. Initially, sure, he was only losing Lings, but he did overextend at times, bleeding out Hydras that he could not afford to replace, and eventually his main army just, was overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. It did crumble in the end, and with that, we're done with the Zerg. It's all about Protoss and Terran here as Rogue is eliminated, and herO does advance on to the lower bracket finals. Let's go. Up next is going to be a best of 7 between herO and Classic. And they are fighting to determine which of those two players will face off against Clem in the grand finals. Let's go.